Guys, so the Indiana Pacers are advancing to the NBA Finals. They demolished the Knicks 125-105. They shot 54% from the field, 51% from three-point range. They were 17 of 33 from three-point range. They only had 11 turnovers to the Knicks' 16 turnovers, and the Knicks shot 23% from three-point range. That's not going to get it done. Pascal Siakam set the tone. Again, he had another 30-piece. The way the Knicks played, they were ready to play in the first half, but it got away from them in the second half. But again, the turnovers were costing them. Not only that, they were missing free throws. They went 17 of 26 from free throw line. I mean, that's 9 extra points that you probably could have used. But more importantly than that, Jalen Brunson, Nembhard took the assignment, because normally we would see Nesmith on Jalen Brunson, but no, Nembhard took the challenge this time, and Brunson only scored 19 points, and he was 8 for 18. He did not have an efficient night from the field. Not only that, he didn't even take 20 shots. But again, when you're trying to will your team, Jalen Brunson was legit trying to be Superman. And unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. It was not enough. You would have had to score 50 points in order to actually get the win tonight. And that didn't happen. It just didn't happen. The Pacers, like I told you guys, the Pacers were not going to go back to New York. I knew it. Halliburton came out more aggressive. He finished the game with 21 points, 14 assists. Pascal Siakam, 31 points. Nembhard, 14 points, but the defense is what you really loved, what you saw out of Nembhard. He did an excellent job on Jalen Brunson, better than any person that I've seen guard Brunson, even on Nesmith. Even though Nesmith is a great defender for Brunson, the fact that they said, no, we're going to let Nembhard take the challenge, that just showed you that Nembhard was ready. He was ready, and he was not going to pass it off to Nesmith. So I'm very, very, very proud of this Pacers team. They defied all odds. Because they were supposed to lose to Milwaukee. They were supposed to lose to Cleveland. And honestly, they were supposed to lose to the Knicks. And not only did they not lose, none of these series went 7 games. None of them. The Knicks went 6, and that was it. So the Pacers, have yourself a day. You're heading to the NBA Finals, where you get to face, again, a juggernaut, to where, again, everybody is favoring the Thunder to destroy you guys in less than 6 games. Most people are trying to say Thunder in 5 or Thunder in 6, but no one's really giving the Pacers a chance. But I'm here to tell you, if the Pacers have shown you one thing, is that you cannot count them out, and you should expect the impossible. Because this is a Cinderella miracle run. Now, you could possibly say that no one really believed in the Cavs, but you also got to remember the Cavs were not healthy. Darius Garland didn't even play the first 2 games. And then when he did come back, you can tell he was hobbled. He was not the same. He couldn't explode. He didn't have the same quickness that he had in the Heat series. So that's one thing. Then Mobley missed a game, and DeAndre Hunter missed a game. And then you had a game 2 where it was a game winner, but the fact that Mitchell turned the ball over, and the fact that the Cavs just couldn't hit free throws, and they just started playing dumb basketball at the end. That was the reason why. And then, not only that, you got to look at the Knicks series, and also in game 1, Knicks missed free throws. The ball didn't bounce their way, and then Tyrese Halliburton gets a game-tying bounce up and down shot and sends it to overtime, and then they steal game 1. But after that, the Pacers play a good brand of basketball. It isn't everybody eats, but they do have a number 1 option, and I'm here to tell you that is Pascal Siakam. Every time Pascal Siakam has gone over 30 points in this Knicks series, they've won the game. The thing is, Pascal Siakam has to be aggressive. Pascal Siakam has to be aggressive, and Halliburton has to be aggressive. When those two are aggressive, it just changes the dynamic for the team. It changes the way they play. It changes the way they play defense. It changes the way they play offense. You know, the thing is with the Pacers, even when the Knicks scored, they were still trying to run out. They were getting buckets off of makes, not off of misses, off of makes. Jalen Brunson or OG Anunoby would hit a shot, or Karl-Anthony Towns would hit a shot. Immediately, it felt like a fast break, and they get a wide open layup, a touchdown pass, wide open layup for Siakam, wide open dunk for Halliburton. The way the Pacers are, they want to get up and down. They do not want to slow the pace down. And if they do want to slow the pace down, it's to get the ball to Pascal Siakam in the post. Pascal Siakam truly stepped up in this series. Everybody thought, even I thought, this entire stretch run, he was playing like a second option. You could definitely tell he was deferring to Tyrese Halliburton. But in this series, he took it over. And when they needed him to step up, he did it. Now, on the Knicks side, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, to me, legit, he played some of the toughest basketball that we've seen him play. Simply because he tried to get switches, and the difference was in the regular season, you could easily get a switch of who you wanted on you. Because you know why? Because even if you tried to fight over a screen, the refs would blow the whistle. Well, what happens in the playoffs, and this is, again shows me that seeding legit for some teams it doesn't matter. Because because if you're more physical in the regular season, and you know the refs are going to swallow the whistle in the postseason, you can still be just as physical now. So now this I'm hunting mismatches, it doesn't work anymore. And now you're wasting 15 seconds off the shot clock. And that's what you saw Brunson do. Brunson legit was trying to hunt Halliburton. And Nesmith and Nembhard were fighting over those screens. They're not getting screened. They were fighting over the screens. Even they did try to get screened a little bit. And by the time Brunson got a semi-good matchup, it's 5 seconds left. So the fact is that defenses now in the postseason, there is more favorable for you to for you to actually legit lock up and play defense. You saw the way Alex Caruso was guarding Jokic. He's probably fouled out in the third quarter in the regular season, but in the postseason, they swallow those whistles. So even if you see Jalen Brunson going to get the switch, Nesmith fighting over that. Nembhard fighting over that. Even Shepherd fighting over that. So you're wasting time trying to get a mismatch rather than running an offense. Run the offense through Cat. Run the offense through Cat. When Cat got the ball going, clearly Turner could not guard him. Turner could not guard Karl-Anthony Towns. Get Bridges rolling. Get Bridges rolling off of a down screen. Get Anunoby slashing. Run that type of system. But because Brunson was trying to get a mismatch, trying to hunt out mismatches, this entire series, they were hunting mismatches with Brunson. The fact that happened, when you saw Brunson leave the game, the Knicks offense the pace picked up. You know why? Because again, we're just playing basketball. I'm not trying to hunt a mismatch every time. I understand Halliburton is probably not the best defender and is not the best defender on the Pacers. Okay, stop trying to hunt him because you've seen the refs are going to let you play. The refs are letting you play defense. Unless you're SGA. And then in case you still get the calls you want. But other than that, if you are the Knicks, you gotta try a better scheme. I understand Jalen Brunson is Mr. Clutch. Trust me, I understand that. But the reason why he's Mr. Clutch can also be some of the reasons why you lost this series. You gotta remember, the Knicks have been very fortunate because they've played teams. They've been down by 20. They've been down by 20 several times. And they've come back because the other team played stupid. The other team was playing how an NFL team would play if they have the lead. They're still trying to pass the ball rather than run the ball and eliminate some clock. Hence Boston. Why was Derek White taking 3-pointers when there's 18 seconds left on the shot clock? I don't know. But that was how you played in the regular season. But in the postseason, you have to change the way you play a little bit. A little bit. And what I mean by that is if you're a dominant three-point shooting team, right? If you're a dominant three-point shooting team, you got to understand that even if you have the lead, now you got to burn some clock. Because guess what? When you can get hot from three, you can get cold from three. And guess what happens when you get cold from three? You better have a mid-range game. That's what I love about the Oklahoma City Thunder. They shoot threes, yes. But they got not only SGA, you got Jalen Williams who can shoot a mid-range. Because guess what? If that three not working, I can get to the mid-range and I can get to the free throw line. So Pacers going to have to worry about that because, again, the Knicks shot horrible from three, and Jalen Brunson was trying to get a switch and mismatch basketball, and was draining the clock, and that worked to Nesmith's and Nembhard's advantage because I'm going to make life hell on you. And even though Brunson might have, I'm pretty sure he averaged over 25 points a game in this series. That's for sure. But he was very inefficient. And guess what? Most of those games, they lost. Except for game 5, when, again, like what Boston did with them, look, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us on your court. You're not going to beat us on our court. So that was a heart win. But the Pacers and the Knicks were very similarly matched. But coaching, I think Rick Carlisle won the coaching job for sure. And I think Brunson and the Knicks, that offense, the way it was set up, instead of getting the ball in the Mikal Bridges' hands, instead of getting the ball in the Cat's hands, majority of the time, Brunson, if you're trying to just hunt mismatches, bro, in the playoffs, and if it's not, and guess what? And if it's, Nembhard and Nesmith, they're not gonna get any calls like that for you. You better switch it up, Tibbs. You better switch it up, Brunson. Get the ball out your hands. Because guess what? This is not the regular season. That works in the regular season. In the postseason, when you play against a team that I'm fighting over screens. Here's the thing with Boston. Boston would concede the switch. Hence why you had Jalen Brunson off the times in the fourth quarter getting guarded by who? Al Horford. The Pacers? Oh, no, you're trying to okay, look, you want to get the switch to get Halliburton on you, maybe get Miles Turner on you? Nah, ain't going to happen because I'm still going to fight through. I'm fighting through. You're not going to get the switch that you want. So the Knicks, hopefully now that they've seen, if you run into a Pacers team like this again, you got to move the ball around. Brunson cannot be the primary ball handler all the time, 24/7. And then it goes to the next thing too. Brunson is not a good defender. Brunson's not a good defender either. But guess what? He ain't 6'6". He's 6 foot. So it goes back to the point of, can Brunson be the number one option on a championship team? Obviously, you can say no. And what I mean by that is they've gotten to the second round twice. They just now got to the Eastern Conference Finals. Do you really think if they got to the NBA Finals, you really think he had a chance against SGA? He had a chance against Lou Dort. Hold on. If you think Nembhard and Nesmith are bad, who is Lou Dort? Who is Jalen Williams? Who's Alex Caruso? So again, it's because of it's a size thing. The Knicks had a wonderful season. Don't get me wrong. They had a very miraculous good season, and it was going to end eventually because you can't just keep expecting to come back from 20 points down every time. I mean, eventually that luck was going to run out, and it ran out tonight. Now, I will talk more about what's going to happen with this Pacers and Thunder matchup later. But for right now, for the Pacers fans, you celebrate. You've earned this. You've earned this chance to get to the NBA Finals, and now you're there. To the Knicks, you had a great season, but y'all have some stuff to work on, especially on the offensive end, where in the fourth quarter it comes down to, all right, Brunson, you got the ball in your hands, make something happen. Because Indiana Pacers, eventually it was like, we're not gonna let that happen anymore. No, you're gonna have to. Brunson ain't beating me. Brunson's not beating me. Someone else is gonna have to beat me. And the Knicks have to, revamp that. Have to look at themselves in the offseason and understand that, yeah, Brunson's a great player, especially in the fourth quarter. But we can't just keep having our offense like this. because, again, in the playoffs, defense matters. And the refs are going to swallow the whistles more, so that means we could be more physical on Brunson. And if Brunson is already small anyway, it's going to be a problem because he's going to wear down as the series goes along. But again, I'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later, probably later on tomorrow, so we can talk about this Thunder and Pacers matchup.